Hey everyone, what's up? Hope you're doing well. It's John. It's Friday afternoon. Looking forward to the weekend. Today I wanted to show you how I probably saved a grand or 2 grand using AI to help me build a little WordPress plugin. And the AI that I used is Claude here. And I heard good things about it. I also use ChatGPT, of course. But we're going to use Claude for this today, but you could use ChatGPT, that's fine, or probably Grok or whatever. And what we're going to make is we're going to make this little idea generator thing. So one of the tech startups, or the tech startup I'm currently working on, is called Funnel, and it's a live event ticketing auction platform that enables creators, whether they're a band, musician, whatever they are, to put on small, intimate events and to be able to what the site does is it allows fans to bid on tickets, and if the bidding for the group of tickets goes beyond the creator's hidden reserve, the event is on, people are charged, and the creator knows, oh, cool, I got budget to do this. If it doesn't hit the reserve, then nobody's charged. So that's kind of the idea. And this little guy, we have some bands and musicians, artists, like, well, how could I use Funnel? And so this is just a little guy that just generates different ideas for them. You could do a day in the studio. You could do a pre-show VIP. You could do an album listening party. What if I'm an influencer? What could I do? Well, you could do a content day collab. So you get the idea. And then after the ideas run out here, it says start over, and then I can pick a new thing and keep going. So that's what we're going to build today. And so I have a little test here, and I have the first run at it set up here. So I'm going to go into Claude here and show you what I prompted, and then we're just gonna rebuild this actually. So I'm actually going to save the current one I have here in a folder, so we don't use that. But we're gonna go ahead and build it from scratch. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna deactivate this plugin. I'm gonna delete it. But this is what we're working with right here, and we're gonna recreate this. So if I refresh this now, of course it's gone. It's not there anymore. Just the short code is here. I'll actually go in and get rid of that short code too, and we'll start making this happen. All right, there's no plugin. And let's get rid of the short code. You're gone. Save. Okay, and let's open this in a new tab. Fine. All right, and so we are, yeah, this is fine. Here we are. It's all golden. Cool. Okay, great. Cool. Dope. Okay. And it doesn't matter, you can use Divi, you can use some other, this is just a WordPress plugin, so it's not Divi specific, but let's hop into Claude. And so I asked it, can you make a simple WordPress plugin like an idea generator? It says, of course I can. And I said, hey, this is what it's going to be for. Band wants to use Funnel for a VIP event. What kind of event could they do? It'll live on my WordPress website. I said this, but I changed my mind on that. We'll get into that, why I did that. It says, perfect, I'll create one. And it gave me all this code right here. And so we're going to start making, let's just go ahead and dive in and make this. So when I look at this, I can slide this over here. So when I look at this, I see, okay, there's a PHP file. And it's going to have, it's telling me here's the short code, save the file here, whatever. But it's a little unclear, and so I'm going to explain it to you. So this first bit, PHP, this is the plugin name, all this stuff, and then it comes down. And here's some of the funnel ideas that I could come in and rewrite. And then that PHP part ends right here, right here. And then it has the CSS styles. Save this as a separate file, and so we'll do that. And then we will do this to JavaScript. So there's 3 files we're going to make. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and just go up here and copy all of this. I'm going to go into my code editor here and do a new file. And I'm just going to save this as funnel generator, idea generator. Funnel idea generator.php. And I'm just going to throw that on my desktop. Okay, cool. And I'm going to paste in all that code. Now, there's going to be issues with this because not all of this code here is PHP. And so I'm going to show you what is and what's not. So we want this opening PHP. We want all this, but what we want to do is we want to find that closing PHP tag. And I could use search, but I'll just scroll down here until I can kind of see where the CSS starts. All right, here we go. Initialize the plugin, new funnel. Right here, there's that closing PHP. So everything down here and below can go away for now. So we'll get rid of all that. And then I don't need this here. Great. Oh, I see my other program. I saved it as .phpg. That's nice. Let's go ahead and save this again. Now that I got rid of that CSS and other stuff, I can save this again here. And let me just go to my desktop and rename that to .php. There we go. Now I can open it. That's what we want to see here. So, and then, so this is the PHP file, and you can see I can name it right here. I'll say John Wooten and Claude AI. This is fine. This name, AI-powered VIP generator for family. Well, it's not going to be A. It's just going to be a. Let's just call it a VIP event generator for funnel. That's fine. 1.0, and if it's just here, it's just calling some things from WordPress, Ajax, whatever stuff like that. Down here, it's grabbing a JS file and the CSS file that we're about to make. And then here's where our drop down. So when we go here, and we look at this drop down, and we see all these options right here. That's the. Oops, sorry. Let me go here. Those are these options here. And so I'll add one and take some away here in a little bit. But yeah. And then it looks like we have a H3 header here. And then it looks like here, this is where it's getting the select, the drop-down menu here. And then it's going to say choose a category. Okay, cool. All good things. Generate event VIP button. And we can see this over here. Oh, I haven't installed it yet. We'll have to wait till I install it. Okay, cool. And then it's saying, since we can't make actual API calls in this demo, so there's two options here. So I could either have, when somebody clicks generate another idea, that AI would generate that on the fly. Initially, I thought I wanted that, but sometimes it would suggest ideas that really didn't fit our platform. And so I decided against that, and I wanted to control what ideas it gave it. And so we really don't need this here. We don't need that right there. We can get rid of that. And so here we go. If they choose band, these are the 5 options it's going to show them. Oh man, you can always tell something's AI when it starts with an icon. That's why on these ones I got rid of all the icons. That way it kind of can seem a little human-y. But I'm just going to leave these here. Speaker, here's the 5. You get the idea. Author. So there's all our categories and all the options that we have. And at the very end, it's just going to start that. Okay, great. Save that. We're going to close that now and go back to Claude. Okay, so I got that part. Now it's telling me underneath all of this to save this next bit as a separate CSS file called funnelgenerator.css. Okay, so I'll just copy this. I'll do a new file. I'm going to save it right away as funnel generator CSS. I'll just save it alongside that PHP file. It's important. Actually, what I should have done is I should have put both of these in a folder. We'll do that at the end here. And then I'm going to go in and just, starting from the style right here, I'm going to go all the way down until I see the closing style right there. I'm going to copy that, come over here and paste it in. Now, since this is a CSS file and not a HTML or PHP file, we don't need the opening and style. So I'm going to tag. So I'm going to get rid of it there, and I'm going to get rid of this here. And I'm going to save it and call that one a day. That file's done for. All right, last file. It says JavaScript, funnel generator.js. Save this as a separate file. Same thing. I'm going to copy this file name. New, save, paste in funnel generator.js, save it alongside the other two files, so there should be 3 files in total. And then I'm going to grab from the script all the way down to the closing script right there. Don't worry about that last PHP thing. We don't need that. I'm going to paste this in here, and since this is a JavaScript file, we do not need this script here, and in fact, I don't even need these right here. We'll just start with the jQuery document. Come down here, get rid of this closing script, and that should be it. That's my, let me go ahead and clear this here. Let me drag these over. So here's the 3 files that I made. I'm just going to do a new folder here. I'm going to call it Funnel Idea Generator, and I'm going to drag these 3 files in here. Oh, good try. There we go. And so there they are, and I'm just going to compress them. And then I can get rid of, I'm going to get rid of this for now. I could probably keep it, but I'm going to get rid of it for now. Okay, so now we have, here's our plugin right here. So we're going to go over to our WordPress site here. This is what we're dealing with. And I'm going to go ahead and install this plugin. There it is. I'm going to open it. Install now. I'm going to go ahead and activate it. And here's my plugin, Funnel Idea Generator by John Wooten and Claude. Great teammate. Now, if I go back to Claude, it's saying, hey, here's the shortcode you got to put on your page to even see this thing. So I'm going to copy that shortcode, head back over to my WordPress site, enable the Visual Builder in Divi, and I'm going to just add a code module and paste in that shortcode and hit the check mark. Ah, boom, you see it right there. Save. Okay. And then let me go ahead and exit the builder. And here we are. I have my funnel event. This icon is funny. Select my category, business coach, generate an idea. Ah, dope. Generate another idea. Generate another idea. Generate another idea. Generate another idea. I'm seeing what it's doing is it's repeating some. So it's randomly grabbing them, and then it's reusing them even though they've already shown up. And so we'll see here in Claude, after it gives me the first version of it, I got to this point where I am right now. I'm like, thank you. And then I realize, oh, wait, what code would I need for the ideas to be random and not repeated? And so then it gave me a different version. And so this is going to be really easy. We're just going to, actually, I'm going to jump to the other. So this version, what it did was it fixed where they weren't repeated. But then I realized after using that one, instead of it being random, can it just list the ideas one at a time in order? So I ditched the randomness and thought, let's just do it one at a time in order. It gave me that version. And then finally I said, once all ideas are listed, and the user clicks the start over button, can it clear out the current ideas shown? So maybe, let me go, you know what, we'll just, I think we'll just do this where, I think I will just show you, because you're probably going to have the same experience where you're going to be like, hey, I want this to be a little different. So I'll just show you how to do that. So we're going to grab this new, now that I've asked it, how about the ideas to be random but not repeated? And so now we'll update our files with these here. So I'm going to go to my home page here, or sorry, I'm going to go to my desktop, open this up and get rid of that. And we're going to start editing the files that are in here. So the first one's the idea generator, right? And so I'm going to go back into Claude and grab all this. So what I would say is before you start editing the categories or editing whatever, make sure functionality works exactly how you want. Because it would be a bummer if you edited all these descriptions or whatever you're building, and then you have it update the code, and then you got to go back in and do what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to select all of this, Like for example, when I paste all this in, I'm going to redo getting rid of that. And, now it's saying your name again. I'm going to leave that right now instead of, John Wooten and Claude. And sure, you could probably copy and paste around it. It's just faster to do it this way. And so I got that figured out. Next, I'm going to work on the CSS. And so this time I know I don't need that style tag, so I'm just going to start right underneath it, and I'm going to go right before the closing style tag. There we go, right there. Copy, select all, paste, save, close. And then actually, let me just go to, let me just see if I can't just get to my desktop here. John Wooten desktop, where are you at? That way I can stop going back and forth. Here we go. Let me just go ahead and get rid of this. There we go. Here we go. Final idea generator. All right, last piece, I'm going to work on the JavaScript. So again, I don't need this opening script. I don't need that comment. I'm just going to grab this and go down to right here, right above the closing script tag. Save. And now that I saved all those, I got to repackage the plugin. So I'm going to let me move this over here so you can see my left menu. Recompress. While it's doing that, I'm going to come over here and basically deactivate this one, delete this one. Now, when I worked on this on the funnel site, I was connected via FTP, and I could just, as I made changes, I didn't have to keep doing this step. So, but if you're not connected via FTP, no big deal. You can just every time you make an update, you can just install it and then activate it. And now that I've installed it, I don't need the zip anymore because we're going to do some more editing. So let's see what we have now. So now that we've done that, I'm going to refresh this page and see if it fixed the problem of things getting repeated. I'm a speaker, generate an idea, strategy, mastermind, behind the scenes, mentors table, idea lab, cool, generate, behind the speech. I think I've seen that one already. So it went through the 5, and now it's going to go do them again. And so that's why I ask it here. So that I say, hey, can it just list the ideas one at a time in order? Because I was like, oh, I see what it's doing. It's grabbing random. It goes through the 5, and it's just going to keep doing that. And so then it gives me new code for this. Like, absolutely, here's a code to show that it is in order instead of randomly. And so we'll go ahead and do this game again, which fortunately these are already open here. In fact, I could already have all these just open, but I'll just do this. So again, we're going to copy all this. What's crazy is, though, even though I'm having to do this, this is not the end of the world. And again, I would have had to pay a developer $1,000 or $2,000 to get this how I wanted. Probably $1,000 to get just the basic, and then I'll style it all. But probably $2,000 to get it to a final product. And maybe instead of typing the ideas in the code, maybe they hook it up to advanced custom fields and give me an interface for that. That could be something that they would do. Okay, let me grab the JavaScript again. We've already talked through all this, so. All right, save. And then we're going to repackage this bad boy one more time. Go in, delete it. Re-add it. No, I think it's because I have it selected. Man, does anybody know why? Weird. Okay, fine, great. I don't know why Mac does that. Maybe it wasn't completely done zipping when I tried to select it. Activate plugin. While it's doing that, I'm going to get rid of this. All right. Clear my cache, reload the page here. Now let's see what we have. Let's choose I know this one pretty well. Generate idea, exclusive, song creation. Now it's telling me how many out of 5. You know, that's okay. I don't know if I really like that, but now it says start over. I click start over, and it just keeps going. Idea 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. That's not really what I wanted. When I hit start over, I kind of wanted to clear it out. And so I think this is the last version we're going to get to here. I'm like, I'm telling it thank you. I probably should stop doing that since that takes energy. Once all I do is list in the category and the user clicks start over, can it clear out the yeah. And this is the, okay, that happens. And then, so that happens to where it clears it out. But then what was happening was I'd get all 5, you know, whatever. I'd get down here, I'd hit start over, and it would just clear everything out, and everything would go up, but I'd still be down here. Like I'd be like this. And so then I finally ask it, when they hit the start over button, can it scroll them back to the top? And then it gave me this final version here. So this will be our last version that we're going to add, and then we're going to just look and see where we would edit stuff to make this our own. And I'll also show you one error that I got. Actually, I'll do it in this. Well, when we go to edit it, I'll show you one error I got and how I fixed it. And then we'll be done. Okay, so we have all of this here. Copy, go into my PHP file here. And since this is the final one, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little cleanup here. Now I am gonna say, you know what? I'll put Claude first since it did most of the work. Okay, save. Next is gonna be the CSS file. Come down here, grab from right under the style to right before the closing style tag. Get up, there you are. Copy that, select all, paste that in. Over. Now what I normally do on my CSS, and I'll do it on this one, I add like this last edited by. So I'll go ahead and add that. That way if anyone else works on this, May 30th, there we go. All right, close that. And then the JavaScript file lastly. So right under the script, and I don't want any of this, so I'm just going to start right at the jQuery. Go all the way down to right before the script, copy. Yeah, got that right. Paste, save. Okay, cool. And I'm going to go ahead and hide Claude. Go back over here and deactivate this. And since it's the test site on SiteGround, I'm actually going to go to SiteGround. I'm going to log in. And I'm just going to use the file editor here in SiteGround so I can stop going back and forth. But all right, so let's go ahead and come back here. So we have our new files edited, compress it one last time, delete this one out of here, add this plugin. Oh, wow. Let me see. There we go. Okay. Okay, Mac. Come on, Apple. Activate. While it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And we don't need our original one anymore. So here's this one. This is, all right, great. And you know what? You'd want to save this, and any edits you make on the server one, you want to pull them down, but we don't need this anymore. I'm going to get rid of that. We don't need, well, we'll leave this up for now. We'll see if we need it all. All right, purge the cache. Come over here. Refresh. And now let's check it out. Select category, business coach. There's the business audit. Launch. This is not making sense to me, this 3 out of 5, so we're going to get rid of that. 4 out of 5, 1, 2, 3. and then generate 5 out of 5. Okay, cool. Start over. So I'm down here reading this one. Start over. There we go. Great. And it's showing one. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't want to clear it all out and make them hit generate again. I'm fine with it. If they hit start over, that automatically brings in a new idea. That's fine. Okay, great, cool, dope. Let's spend 10 minutes or so just fixing some things that we don't like. So I want to change how this button acts. I want to get rid of this horrible icon right here. So let's go over here to my SiteGround interface. And this is this test site right here. So site tools, and we'll just go into the file editor. I should have done this from the start. Okay, great. Public HTML, WP content, and the plugins, and there's our funnel idea generator, and here's our 3 files. All right, let's open this bad boy up and see. Oof, that's brutal. Okay, fine. I'm just actually gonna. I don't like how dark this is, and I don't see an option to change that. That sucks. I don't want to look at this code like that. So I am going to. Well, you know what? I mean, I am going to open this up. Good Lord. Now I'm doing like a new document and having to redo because I deleted that last one. Great. I should have kept it. Anyway. Okay, so let's kind of look in here and see what we want to change here. So I don't like, let's go back over here. That icon right there. So that's probably, and you can click, okay, we'll do this too. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and let's just narrow this list down quite a bit. Let's keep band, speaker, athlete. Let's just say we're more focusing on like speaker, authors, influencers. Artist, let's just get rid of that one. That's fine. Chef, personal trainer, let's not worry about that. Entrepreneur is kind of business coach. Now, you'd think I'd go up here and just delete, but you have to remember that this last one doesn't have a comma after it. So I need to delete that, and this is the last one. I'm going to delete the comma. And so now that we've I'm going to make it easy on us. Let's just do band, speaker, author. That way, there we go. Those 3. And since I did that, I can go down here and get rid of all the other categories. So we're keeping band, we're keeping speaker, we're keeping author. But this athlete one, it can go away. This business coach one can go away. That influencer one, artist one, can all go. Fitness trainer, entrepreneur. Now, I need to be careful here. So there's a closing thing here. And so entrepreneur open, closing thing, that should be good. Let's just kind of tidy this up. Great. Save. Okay, and then let's also, so I'll just come down here. There's that icon. Let's get rid of that. And this is fine, but in the end on the one I did, I ended up getting rid of that because I had this in Divi up here already, and I just had it start with the drop down. But we'll keep it for now. And does it need to say select your category? I don't think so. So we'll get rid of that too. So label, select your category. That's, probably good to leave. Maybe I should hide that with CSS and leave it for accessibility. That's probably what I would do, but let's just delete it for now. Choose a category. That's fine. Okay. Anything else in here that's bugging me? Oh, yes, right here. Generate, like when you first do it, it's got this light bulb right here. And I'm just going to change this to say generate exclamation point. Generate. And then generating your event idea. Or just, I'm just going to say your funnel idea. There we go. Save. And I think that might be, since we can't make, I don't need any of that. Now, I'm not going to, but you could like edit all these to your liking. Just be sure that you're doing it between these quotes and don't get rid of the quotes. That all looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Copy, come up here, and I'll just paste all this in, hit save. Refresh. And there we go. Generate, choose a category, funnel VIP, event idea wow, that's a lot to say. Let's we'll just say funnel event or funnel idea generator. Duh, there we go. That's better. Okay, let me show you the error that I got. So what I tried to do was I tried to put an apostrophe S. And let me see where that was that it didn't like it. I thought it was up here in the choose the category maybe. Actually, I think it might have been on a different. Yeah, it wasn't here. Okay. So we're done with this one. That's fine. Let's open up the JavaScript file here and see what funnel generator. New, and you can, you could funnel generator.js paste in. Let's just go through here and see what is up. Oh, here we go. Again, I just want this to say generate like that. Save. Click generate a VIP event for blank text. Okay, so that's. So once I choose something, generate a VIP idea for a speaker. Okay, so that's where that text is right there. I don't mind that. I like it. Anything else in here? Sorry, there was an error. That's fine. That's fine. This again, I just want to say generate with an exclamation point. Generate idea number. Ooh, this is where, yep. Okay, so remember, I didn't like this number 2 of 5 stuff. So let's go ahead and just say, hey, have that say generate as well. Button text. Let's just have that say generate. And then start over. Let's just have that say start over. But this is where I got in trouble. I wanted to add an apostrophe S here. And it's not doing it right now, but I wanted it to, where was it at? It was in a string somewhere. Sorry, okay, it was like this right here. So let me go ahead and save this. .js, paste, save, come over here. Deactivate. When I activated it, it threw an error, and it's not throwing it now, but it basically threw an error and told me the line number. And basically, I saw that this was going, and you can kind of see it here. And what I had to do to fix that is I had to escape that single line. And I think I have it in ChatGPT. Let me see, because that's where I asked Claude, how do I fix it? And it wasn't really telling me. But somewhere in here, it told me how to fix it. Right here. Common mistake. It's a great day. Error. And so you want to do it you want to escape it like this. So there's your apostrophe, this thing right here like this. So let's go ahead and copy that apostrophe with the / here. And let me put that there instead of this. And now you can see it's totally fine. So I don't need it like that. This is fine right here. Cool. Let me go ahead and close this one. And then the CSS, of course. Now, so we have a whole course on CSS for Divi that if you go through that, you'll understand all of this as well. But basically, if I come out here and I start, like one thing I didn't like was this drop down. And so I ended up just getting rid of that. Let me see on this one. Let me inspect it. Selector select. WebKit appearance, none. I think this is what did it. Let's see here. And there's a Moz appearance too. So yeah, I didn't like that arrow right there. So I was like, I'm just gonna get rid of it. And I could have used a background image to put one here, and perhaps I will. But I think people, I probably will do that because this is a little unclear, right? It's a little, well, it says choose a category. So I think that might be enough, actually. Um, that's how they're starting out. But if you go in here and just inspect the element, you're going to see, funnel, like, let's see here, like this whole thing, ETPB module code, funnel idea generator right here. So here's my colors here. Maybe I want this to be over here. So that's the one bummer is you kind of have to, it's picking its own font and stuff, and it's not matching what you're doing. And so I just go up here and say, well, this is here's the font family for that, and then I could go into the CSS. Oh, I gotta make a new file. Oops. Save funnel generator idea.css. And let me go ahead and paste in the. Actually, I'll just do it in here. Funnel idea generator. So here's what it had. I'm going to say no. Let's use the Urbanist font that I want to use, and I can come over here, refresh, and now it's using that same font. And I want that to be white. That H3. So it's actually doing. I think it's trying to do a gradient background for this. Let's see. Let's see if this is working. I'm curious about that. Wow. Okay. Gradient text. Dope. But I'm just gonna do white. That's crazy. Color white. This is so I don't need this. I don't need this now since it's not doing the gradient. If I use this, okay, great. That's nice. It saves that. And then you have to kind of live with this right here. But I can look at this and say, well, let me just go through here and say, all right, there's the whole box all together, max width 800, funnel header. Oh yeah, and of course you want to look at it on mobile too and make adjustments for that. It does a decent job though out of the box. You know what, I do want to get rid of that arrow. It's bugging me. Let's go get rid of it. Let's go get rid of that arrow. Right here, I need this line and this line. Copy. Go back. So now I got to find the selector or select right here. This one. Select. I'll just go right here. Paste these in. So much better. Great. And then after this generates, it's got a little lift. I don't mind that. I don't mind the glow. Obviously, I'd want to change this, but overall, this is fine. I ended up getting rid of, you'll see here. So here's the select focus, adding that box shadow around it, like when I focus it there. Actually, I'm going to change that to hover. So instead of focus, let's just do that on hover. Because you can't, now when I hover over it, there we go. I like that. Funnel chat container, so that'd be this area, right? This whole thing right here. I mean, I'm fine with it. One cool thing it has, I thought it had a, one of them has like a background blur that I thought was pretty cool. I don't see it. Oh, here it is, this backdrop filter. So let's, like if I put, let me just put an image. This is going to look hideous, but I'm going to put an image background here real quick. Image background. Oh, like this one. Oh, no, I can't do that. That can't happen. Is this one big enough? 1080. Oh, gosh. None of these are going to look great. Whatever. Oh, it's so bad. It's already blurred. Nope. What's this one? Nope, that's already... Or wait, here we go. This one will be fine. Oh, dear God. Let's see here. Fine, I'm just going to throw in an unsplash photo. Don't ever do this. You always want to optimize these first. But let's take a nice bright one of something. Oh, here we go. This will work out well, this flower thing I saw. Oh, here we go. This grass. This will be perfect. We've all seen this. Ouch. There we go. Upload. Cool. Okay, great. And then if I go, let me go ahead and exit. Oh man, I can't do that. Let me add a. Let me add just down here. Let me add a background gradient plus, just so I can put a quick section. Yep, that's fine. Background, solid color, and then let's just turn this down. There we go. That's probably good. Okay. Exit. Oh, that didn't really. Oh well. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go check out this blur here. Where was that at? Label. Funnel idea generator. Funnel idea. Where are you at, blur? Where are you at, blur? Funnel chat container. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go. Well, just check this out. Let me just get rid of this background here. So let's get rid of this. There you go. You see the blur. You know. So, okay. I think that's enough. You get the idea. In the end, you can really match it to your brand. So, yeah. I also got rid of the margins here. You'll see, like this one's kind of more of a chat style. Like, oh, you want this? Here's this. Like it had, and what that was is these funnel message user margin left 60. You just dump that. Funnel message AI margin right. You dump that. And you know what? I just want to get rid of this. This background's terrible. Save. Let's see what we have now. Refresh. Not bad. Okay. And then let's see here. I want to get rid of this too, this background, because I liked having the. Refresh. There we go. You get, yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop. Too much fun. But you get the idea. With enough time and effort, you can kind of craft it to you want. And again, this is something that I would have had to pay a couple grand for, before. This is the first WordPress plugin I tried with AI. I'm late to the game, but I hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, stay tuned for other tutorials, usually more Divi specific. All right, y'all. Have a great